Welcome back to the Warehouse of Dreams. We've got Amy back in here. We're going to do a little recap for the people who couldn't make it yesterday. Hey T and K, how you doing? We'll do a little recap with Amy, and then we'll open it up. If you guys have any questions for Amy or myself, we'll do a little Q&A at the end. Warning, this may not be safe for work. I've been known to drop F-bombs, but Amy's the one who taught me. So let's get this started. So here we are, back in my office at the Warehouse of Dreams, between two barbells, having fun, laughing.
Yay.
Amy just rolled in on her fat boy, which is Boss.
I did.
Yes,
I did.
Very cool. So yesterday, for people who missed it, we got to know Amy. Her career, she is a retired New York State trooper. Had an accident in 99. 99.
June of 99.
Crushed her right leg, and they basically had to fuse the ankle after how many surgeries?
Oh, probably 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 12 in the first year.
Wow.
Yeah,
So 15 surgeries. They ended up fusing her ankle. Thank you. She does rock.
Thank you.
And didn't exercise for nearly 20 years. She came in this past January and started training with us. And we're working around her injury. She moves beautifully. She has one of the best squats in the gym right now. And so it's pretty amazing what we've been able to do and just the energy that she brings to the gym. Everybody loves Amy. Amy loves everybody. If she doesn't love you, you know about it.
I will tell you.
And so yesterday we touched on, squat queen. So people who are watching this later on the replay, I'll upload this to YouTube. Right now we're doing a live cast on Periscope, and we have people commenting, and we're going to do a Q&A later on. So if you're watching the replay on YouTube, and I seem to be like looking at the bottom of the screen, I'm reading people's comments. And so yesterday we talked about what Amy's exercise routine was before she started training, before her accident. And so it was a lot of running, PT for the state troopers.
Exactly.
And now she's doing CrossFit, and she's doing pull-ups just as well as you did in your 20s.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I never thought I'd get that back. Pull-ups, push-ups. I mean, I just never saw myself at almost 50 years old doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
That's
I
incredible.
got it.
It's very cool. So we're just doing a little recap from yesterday. If you didn't catch the replay, how do you start doing pull-ups? There's a lot of really easy ways we can get you started. We'll do ring rows, where you hold on to some gymnastics rings and lean back, and then pull your chest to the gymnastics rings. That's one of the ways that we do it. There's a lot of great ways to start building up that strength for a pull-up. We'll get into the Q&A at the end. Yesterday we touched on the fear that you may have had before you walked through the door. Can you just kind of recap what was going through your head? You knew that we were here, but you had something holding you back. Can you tell us what that was?
Yeah, I mean, I had just been sort of out of any kind of fitness routine for so long that I really just, it was just this apprehension about coming in and starting over from ground zero. Yeah. And, I always had a lot of excuses, a lot of, other bullshit stuff I mean, that's really all it was an excuse. And I finally decided, this is it. I got to do something. I hurt everywhere. I ache everywhere. I feel terrible. So a friend of mine said, you got to go, you got to go, you got to go. And I walked in and I said, Rob sent me. Help me. Yeah. And, I really just had to let it go. I mean, it came to a point where I just wanted it more than I was afraid of it. And once I got there, I was good.
Awesome.
I was in, and I was in 110%.
Sure.
So.
How are the aches and pains now?
Gone. I don't see a chiropractor anymore. My back feels great. Typically with the fused ankle, like we talked about yesterday, I have a little bit of a limp, kind of a weird gait. So I would see a chiropractor about once a week, sometimes more. I don't have to do that anymore. Yeah. I don't have to do anything but come here an hour a day.
Awesome.
And I just feel better than I have in 25 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Not that we're against chiropractic. I had a really bad case of scoliosis as a child. 3 visits to a chiropractor, and my back is straight, and I don't have any problems anymore. So chiropractic's awesome, but some of our chronic aches and pains, if we just start exercising, we can save our money, and then if we do have a major issue, we can go to a chiropractor or a doctor and have that addressed when it's called for. But nothing against chiropractic. It's good stuff.
Yep.
We touched on it a little bit yesterday. When did you first notice your body improving? Like, what was the first improvement that you saw, and how long did it take?
Oh, I'd say after maybe really just a week, my energy level was through the roof. You know, I just felt so much better. I slept better. I felt better. I wanted to do more of it, you know. And I mean, as far as the strength and endurance, I mean, it took probably 2 or 3 weeks, and I really started to be able to see, you know, that I could lift a little bit more, or I could, you know, maybe do one more push-up or one more ring row, you know. It didn't take long. I mean, I was surprised at how fast it came. Yeah. Really surprised. But, you know, I had results pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. I don't know if we touched on this yesterday when we were talking. I think it was after we got off. Amy's going to be going on a road trip with her husband, riding motorcycles for a month. And in preparation for the road trip, what did you buy? A smaller...
Oh, I did. I had to buy a smaller bathing suit.
She had to buy a smaller bathing suit.
I did.
How many 48-year-old women do you know that have to buy a smaller bathing suit?
I did.
Kick-ass. That's pretty cool.
It was cool. It was really cool. I put on my old bathing suit last week, and I was like, wow, this is not going to work.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Hey, guys, how is the sound? Can you just comment in there pretty quick? If the sound is good, can you hear us? Just want to make sure you're picking up everything. Good. All right. We touched a little bit on Amy's goals when she started weight loss, things like that, and you've reached them already.
Oh, I have. I've surpassed them.
So what are your goals now? What are you shooting for?
Really, to stay healthy and to stay strong. I mean, that's really what I want. And I don't want to be a slave to my diet or a scale. I really don't. I want to be able to eat what I want to eat, you know, when I want to eat it, within reason.
Sure.
I mean, but, you know, and I can do that now. You know, if I make the effort to come here and do what I need to do in here, I'm okay. I don't have to get on the scale every day and think, oh my God, I got to be good this weekend. You know, I'm not doing that shit anymore.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
So let's open it up for a Q&A. We've got 7 people on there now. How long ago? Amy started back in January, so it's been about 6 months.
Yep.
And
I lost 17 pounds.
Yep, she's lost 17 pounds. She looked good when she came in. When she told me she hadn't exercised in nearly 2 decades, I was like, bullshit. Yeah. She'd been eating pretty much anything she wanted at that point. Lots of sugar, lots of candy. Yeah. And so we're trying to rein that in, put in some more fats and stuff into her diet and get rid of the sugar. Yeah. T&K says, you look great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
I do see a difference. It's kind of strange because I see Amy 5 days a week minimum. And so it's kind of hard, but every once in a while I'll recalibrate my eye and I'll say, there's something going on there. Something looks different. Yeah. And I think it was a couple weeks ago you were doing some ring rows, getting ready to do some pull-ups, and I could see just her whole core is just so much tighter now. It's really cool. Yeah, it's definitely, it's like family. Everything we do, we all look out for each other. We all support each other. And it's a little bit better than family because very rarely do you sweat with your family. Very rarely do you.
I know I don't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Amy does curse in front of her family, but she doesn't curse in front of them the way she curses in front of us. I mean, it's
Probably
just,
not.
it gets pretty raw. It gets pretty intense. And it's a kind of like you're in the trenches with your comrades. You know, if you're at war, it's, you know, not to disrespect soldiers and veterans and stuff, but it's a little bit like going to war with people every day when you work out this hard. And the nice thing about it is you don't have bullets flying at you, and you get to go home after the workout. So we definitely have fun with it. T&K says, it looks like you have fun. Yes, we do. We have a lot of fun.
Ton of fun.
Lots of respect to our veterans, and we love her for it. Green 1117. Do you know Green 1117?
I don't know who that is.
Do we know you, Green 1117? Give us a hint. But we do love our Amy. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Any questions for me or for Amy? We're here for you. We're doing a little wrap-up. There's lots of gyms, lots of CrossFit gyms around the world that should have the same kind of energy level we have and the same kind of support. So check it out. Jump on your Google and find out. Oh, Melissa!
Melissa, hey!
Hey, Melissa. How you doing, honey? Amy, what's your favorite exercise?
Oh.
T&K wants to know.
My favorite exercise.
Apart from the squat.
Yeah, apart from the squat. I would have to say, you know, I really started, and the wall balls were like my most dreaded thing.
Sure.
Dreaded. And now your wife, Michelle, she stood next to me and sort of explained to me what I was doing wrong and how to do them properly. And I am beginning to embrace the wall ball. So I'm enjoying them. I never thought I would say that out loud.
So the wall ball is an exercise where you hold the medicine ball, you squat, you do a front squat with the medicine ball, and then you stand up really fast and you launch the medicine ball to a target. What are you most proud of since you started training again?
You know, I'm really proud of the fact that I've committed to it, and I'm sticking with it, and I'm seeing results, and I just feel strong again.
Awesome.
You know, I mean, my job, when I was in my job, I worked out every day, and I worked very hard to maintain that. And then over the course of the last, you know, really almost 20 years, I just let it go. Yep. And I had a lot of mixed feelings about that. Sure. A lot of regret that I didn't do something else to stick with it. And I mean, that's the biggest thing for me, is I really feel like I have more control of my life back. Awesome. I'm controlling it, not the environment. So that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. T&K says, thank you for your honesty.
You're welcome, dear.
If I missed any questions, because I'm like trying to be polite and look at Amy when she's talking, so if I miss anything, type it in again. Melissa, are you at work or you got the day off? Are we going to see you later on? Melissa's another athlete we have training with us. She's been with us for almost 2 months now.
Yep. Amazing.
Yeah, she's doing incredible stuff. She moves really beautifully. She's got a very powerful sit-up. Yeah. She's a sit-up machine.
Yes, she is.
It's very, very cool. Jack, good question. I own a CrossFit gym, and I'm interviewing one of my athletes, Amy. She has an old injury. She's a retired state police officer, crushed her ankle back in 1999, and after 15 surgeries, they ended up fusing the ankle. She didn't exercise for nearly 20 years, and she's been training with us for 6 months, losing weight. She's 48 years old, and in preparation for a motorcycle trip, she's riding Harleys with her husband. Melissa's working very hard. Cool. In preparation for a trip with her husband, she went out and bought a smaller bathing suit at 48 years old. Yay. So we're kind of celebrating Amy, getting on here. If you've got any questions for Amy, health and fitness related, T&K's got a question. How do you deal with cravings if you have any? Jack, hold on.
Oh, sure.
Jack, thank you. Great job. What a fantastic recovery. Much respect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks for tuning in, man. If you're a guy. And she climbs ropes. Melissa
I got my
says.
first rope climb.
Melissa says that Amy's climbing ropes.
Yep.
Melissa's working on climbing ropes.
Yes, she is.
Okay, so T&K had a question. How do you deal with cravings, if you have any?
I'm a big junk food junkie. I eat a lot of shit, like copious amounts of candy, chocolate, anything chocolate, cookies, cake, stuff like that. So I really try to limit myself to maybe 1 day a week I'll give myself to sort of not, be so limited in my diet.
Sure.
But if there's something I really, really want, I eat it. I mean, I do. Instead of eating an entire slice of cake, maybe I'll eat 2 or 3 bites. But I try not to deprive myself of it, because that doesn't work. It just makes me want it more, and that sort of blows up in my face. Yeah. But 1 day a week, I sort of give myself, eat what I want to eat, and then I work very hard at trying to behave the other 6 days. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And Amy's kind of going at it. I mean, the way she's doing it is really gutsy. It's really hard to jump on and jump off. What subject are we talking about? Gabby, thanks for tuning in. I own a CrossFit gym, and Amy is one of my athletes. She's a retired state police officer, crushed her ankle in 1999, didn't train for almost 2 decades. and she started training with us 6 months ago, and at 48 years old, she's buying smaller size bathing suits. It's pretty cool. So we're just like doing a little Q&A with Amy. If you got any questions for me, let me know. T&K is asking, do I customize the nutrition? I try to work with where people are at. I try to get people eating real food. Thanks, Gabby. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any health and fitness questions or you want to know something about Amy's journey so far, let us know. As far as nutrition, I try to get people eating real food. Eventually, I'd like to get Amy completely off the sugar and substitute more healthy fats like avocados, fish oil, ocean water fish, deep water fish, lots of omega-3s, some omega-6s, and then like some olive oil for your omega-9s. If we can get some healthy fat in the diet, that's a slow-burning form of energy. What do you think of a raw diet? I think it's pretty cool. Minimal processing allows you to get more micronutrients. The more processed the food is, you're actually going to increase how much caloric load there is in the food. So whether you put it in a blender or you send it through a factory, the more it's processed, the more calories you're going to pull out of it, and the less nutrients you're going to pull out of the food in general. So I try to get people eating whole, real foods. Raw stuff is good. Cooked stuff, there's some food that you actually can digest it better and get more micronutrients when it's cooked. But I really like people kind of meet them where they're at and then slowly guide them to a better and better place. The way we train, we're always pursuing performance. So Amy's not really paying attention to the number on the scale. She's more interested in, can I do 3 pull-ups in a row? Can I do 15 push-ups in a row? Can I squat 180 pounds or wherever? So when we're chasing performance, the form follows the function. So she keeps looking better and better. I mean, you can see she's a beautiful woman, and she keeps getting better and better. And it's all chasing that performance. Great questions. Any other questions, guys? I don't want to keep you on here for too long. I really appreciate Amy coming in. It looks like it's going to start raining here soon. What is Amy's next challenge for herself?
Ooh, my next challenge. That's
really
a good one.
Really good one.
That is a really good one.
Yep.
I think my next challenge would be, I really want to get a strict dip, a ring dip. So that's a big one for me. Working on that, and even though I have a couple of pull-ups that I can string together, I'd like to get 5. Yeah. Oh,
T&K says, shall we set Amy a challenge? I think the strict ring dip is a really good thing to go after. Yeah. Dips on parallel bars are hard. Dips on gymnastics rings are even harder because you have to stabilize the rings. The rings are dynamic. So holding those still while going through the dip motion is really a challenge. And once you get it, it's easy to build it up. And so Amy is really, really close. We've been working on starting at the top and then lowering down to the bottom of the dip. Yeah. I call those negatives. A lot of people call that a negative. So that's one way to get started. Say you don't really have a push-up yet. You can start on a plank and be in a plank position and then lower your chest to the floor. And then get back up however you can. We can do that same thing with a ring dip. We can do the same thing with squat. We can do the same thing with just about anything. Pull-up, you can start with your chin above the bar and then lower yourself all the way to the bottom. T&K, I am inspired by your scope since I got connected. Awesome. Good. Now that you are inspired, have you taken action? That's my challenge. It doesn't have to be huge. Get started working with a trainer. I'm not really concerned with how much weight you're going to lose right now. You have. Good. What action did you take? Let me know what action you're taking, T&K. That's awesome. That's why we're on here, trying to inspire people. We're in Oneonta, New York, so if you're tuning in from Oneonta, look for us at Cooperstown CrossFit. We're down on Roundhouse Road in Oneonta. If you're not in the Oneonta area, once you're done with this Periscope, jump on the Google machine and find a CrossFit gym in your area, find a coach in your area. Looking for a coach at the moment and changing my diet. Awesome. Very cool. Good. So T&K, if you go to the Cooperstown CrossFit Facebook page, I have a video probably 3 weeks ago talking about nutrition. It actually starts with the Bene Gesserit mantra of fear. I will face my fear, that kind of stuff. And check out that video because it digs into eating real food. It's actually pretty simple, but a lot of the advice we've been getting here in the United States for the last 40 years is absolute shit. It's killing us. And just recently, the federal government has revised their nutritional guidelines and talking about, I cannot access all of your videos unless I'm a member. Oh, go to the Facebook page. If you're on the Facebook page, everything on there is public. If you do have a problem finding that video, let me know. You can contact me, Dan, at cooperstown.crossfit.com. I don't know if you can see that. Dan at cooperstown.crossfit.com. But they're revising the nutritional guidelines here in the United States to be less carbohydrate and more fat, which is really great news because if you look around you, you're welcome, TNK. If you look around you, just here in the States, people are really, really sick. 97% of people with diabetes are type 2 diabetics, which is all about nutrition. And we've got quite a few people that started training here that were diabetic and they aren't anymore. And it's simply through changing their nutrition and changing their exercise routine. Only 3% of diabetics are diabetic because it's a genetic issue. The rest of it's just what they're eating. And that's just one of the diseases that we're suffering here in the United States due to the really bad nutrition advice we've been living under for the last 40 years. And both Amy and I remember growing up eating lots of grains.
Oh, yeah.
Very little fat. TNK wants to know, does anyone else have any questions? And if you're not sure what we're doing, I own a CrossFit gym here in upstate New York. Does Amy plan to visit other boxes during her trip?
I do. I have my Wodify app on my phone, and anytime I go anywhere, I look up a gym. My husband and I just went to Wilmington, North Carolina a few weeks ago, and beautiful gym down there. So yes, it's a little tricky because we're only staying 1 or 2 nights at any one place, but as soon as we get where we're going, I like to check them out and see who's there and what's going on. So yes, I am.
So T&K is calling out your husband?
No, he does not.
Does Amy's husband train with her?
No, my husband is 64 years old and he likes Jack Daniels. He does not work out with me.
If I get another coach in here named Jack,
yeah,
my name's come. Daniel.
Yeah.
Come on. It might work.
Might come.
It might work. Tell him we got Jack and Daniel there.
Yes, there you go. It's the next best thing.
Yeah. He has watched Amy working out, and I've had that happen before where the wife will start training, and then the husband will come and be like, she's stronger than me.
Yeah. That's sort of happening now because he's like, God, you look great. You really look great. You really look great. And he did come by and he checked it out and watched me do a WOD one day, which was exciting. Yeah. But he's still in that apprehensive fear stage.
Sure.
I'm not sure he's ever going to get out of that.
Yeah. It might happen. But you got your confidence back.
I did. I just feel so much better inside and out. Yeah. That's it for me. I just feel so much better.
Awesome.
So much better.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys. Any more questions? I'm going to guide Amy out before it starts raining. We can take a look at her motorcycle if you want. Who wants to see hearts for Amy's motorcycle? Do you do anything else apart from CrossFit? And I assume that means TNKs want to know if you do any other exercise apart from CrossFit.
I do not. This is it. This is it for me. I finally found something I love to do. I have tried, spinning, going to gyms and doing an elliptical, and, it just didn't work for me. Yeah. This works for me. This gives me the atmosphere and environment I used to have when I worked with almost all men. It's the camaraderie. It's the whole package for me, and I don't do anything else. This is it for me.
Cool.
Yep.
And it's all I do as well. I've been doing CrossFit for 5 years. Yep. Yes, we want to see the motorbike. Awesome. But same thing for me. I did a lot of different things. I did all the wrong sports as a kid. I did track, and I did shot put and discus, which was really cool. but then a lot of running, and I was 200 pounds at 18. I wasn't really that fast. I did like it, but it was probably not the right sport for my body type. I should have been playing football and things like that. But most of my friends were small people, and they liked to run and ride bikes, and so that's what I did. And so I did a lot of that stuff when I was a kid, never really got in the kind of shape that I wanted to be in. And TNK says she really wants to get involved with CrossFit. Yeah, check it out. It's really easy to get started.
Yeah.
And then it's so addictive that if you do have any habits in your life that are holding you back, the CrossFit is a positive habit that will kind of supplant all the bad habits that you have. And so you can reinvest all your energy into positive stuff. So yeah, it wasn't until I got into my 30s, late 30s, that I started doing CrossFit. A little scared from failure. If you're not failing, you're not trying. But believe me, people in a CrossFit gym, all they want to see is you showing up and giving 100%.
Yeah.
They don't care if you're doing super flying pull-ups and jumping, rope, and it's just nobody really cares.
Yeah.
They're in there chasing performance. We're never satisfied. We do celebrate our achievements. Amy can climb up a rope a couple times in a row.
Yeah.
She wants to be able to do more.
Yeah.
And so everybody around her is like, Amy, you're amazing. And she's like, yeah, but I can do more. So
if you show up, you've already succeeded.
Yeah, TNK says that we're great. Thank you, TNK. I'll try to do one of these a week. We kind of had a misfire yesterday. I started at 11 o'clock in the morning, and nobody was really hopping on, so we're going to do these more in the afternoon. But I'll try to do one in the afternoon. Next time, do an extra for me and Amy.
You got it, honey.
You're going to do an extra rope climb for TNK?
I will do it for TNK.
All right, cool.
If it kills me, I'll do it.
Yep. That's really awesome. So I want to make these a pretty regular event, like once a week. We've got a bunch of members here, people that are in the same position as Amy, people that are just starting out, and we've got some pretty amazing competitive athletes. We have our first sponsored athlete. He is a Spartan racer. He's ranked like 83rd in the world right now in Spartan racing. And so we'll try to get him on here at some point. He's got a really busy schedule. So TNK says that's your challenge, an extra rope climb.
I'll take it.
So it's going to be 3 in a row, and hopefully we can catch it on film.
I'll take it.
So I want to thank Amy for coming in. Thank you guys for tuning in and asking questions. It's awesome. We'll try to make this a regular weekly event. It may be during the week, it may be on the weekends, but we'll figure it out depending on people's schedule. So you may see Amy again. You may see somebody else that's brand new or somebody that's been here for years. And we'll get to know everybody, but this was a great way to start. Amy's a pretty amazing story, and but everyone else here has an amazing story.
They do. Everyone does. All of us.
Yeah.
Yep. Everyone
it's pretty
does.
Neat. It's pretty neat.
Yep.
I'm a firm believer that human beings are the most amazing thing in the universe.
Yes.
Michelle, my wife Michelle. Yeah, we're going up to the Adirondacks this coming week. And so I'll probably interview her if she does want to get on camera. She's very shy, but she's also really, really smart. So it'd be really cool to hear her story. Yeah. Or maybe I'll have her interview me. So you may be seeing Michelle next week, which would be awesome. Right. But let's go look at that motorcycle.
Yeah.
So this is the office, and here's the gym. Here comes Amy. And it looks like I've got some schmutz on the lens. Clean the lens. Does that look better? It's a little better. So here's the gym. This is where Amy trains.
Those are the wall balls, the dreaded wall balls.
So we use medicine balls for training. We use a pull-up rig. Here's the gymnastics rings where Amy does her dips. Oh, it's starting to rain.
That's okay.
Shoot.
I get wet.
Down there are the ropes. We've got another rope hanging here that Amy climbs. We got the floor. We've got a bunch of dumbbells and kettlebells, barbells, bumper plates, rowers, plyometric boxes way down at the end by the overhead door. So it's a lot of fun. We do a lot of neat things in here. And we had a very fun workout this morning that Amy really crushed.
It was great.
Farmer carries with weight, climbing in and out of the overhead door. So it's about a 5-foot climb. You got to hop into the building. sprinting and jump rope work. So it was really, really fun this morning.
That was great.
Let's go look at that awesome fat boy.
Yay.
A little bit of a cloudburst. It didn't rain too bad.
It's good.
So Amy, you just picked this up not too long ago.
No, like
Was it a month?
Yeah. And a half ago.
It is a sweet ride.
Yep.
Very sweet.
Yep. It's my new Harley.
Hearts for the Harley.
Yep.
Very cool. So if you guys want to get the hearts, just tap on your screen. If you want to follow us, I think on an iOS device you swipe left and then you can follow us, and then if you're on Android you swipe the screen up and then you can follow us. So definitely hop on there and follow us. And then I'll be putting this up on the replay.
All right.
Thank you, Amy,
Thank you.
for coming in.
Thanks,
We'll talk to you again.
All right.
And have a great day, everybody.